How to turn your TFSA into a retirement powerhouse. Most Canadians don't. Most Canadians believe they're using their TFSA correctly, but the reality is that the majority are treating it like a regular savings account. And here's the twist. The TFSA wasn't designed to be a savings account. It was designed to be a wealth engine. Today, we're going to break down how to turn your TFSA into a retirement powerhouse, even if you don't earn six figures, and even if you're starting late. The big TFSA misunderstanding. When the TFSA launched in 2009, the name caused permanent damage. Tax-free savings account. That single word made Canadians assume it's for cash, it's for emergencies, it's low return, it's part of day-to-day banking. So most people parked their money in a high-interest savings TFSA at their bank, earning 0.5% to 2% per year. But here's what almost nobody realizes. The TFSA isn't about saving, it's about compounding. The government didn't give Canadians a tax-free account to store cash. They gave Canadians a tax-free account to grow assets. That's a huge difference, and it decides whether a TFSA becomes a retirement weapon or just another line item on your banking app. Why TFSA is a retirement superweapon. Let's quickly compare TFSA withdrawals to RRSP withdrawals. 1. TFSA withdrawals are tax-free forever. 2. TFSA withdrawals don't affect CPP, OAS, or GIS eligibility. 3. TFSA contribution room comes back next year. 4. TFSA contributions don't impact your tax bracket. In other words, TFSA income in retirement is invisible to the tax system. That is an insanely powerful feature, but most Canadians never leverage it because they never invest inside the TFSA. If you want financial independence, tax-free and invisible money is a cheat code. The 3 levels of TFSA usage. There are 3 ways Canadians use their TFSA. Level 1, cash storage, weakest. Money sits in a high-interest savings TFSA, earning 1 to 2% per year. Safe, liquid, but barely beats inflation. This is not wealth building. It's just tax-free parking. Level 2, GICs and bonds, moderate. Slightly higher returns, lower volatility, good for short-term goals. Smart for car purchase in 3 years, down payment in 2 to 5 years, emergency fund allocation, but not a retirement powerhouse. Level 3, equity investments, strongest. Canadian ETFs, US ETFs, global ETFs, dividend stocks, growth stocks. This is where compounding happens and where the TFSA becomes a retirement machine. And here's the kicker. Over long time horizons, equities outperform cash and bonds by a massive margin. So if your TFSA timeline is 10 plus years, holding stocks or ETFs is historically the best move. That's why Canadians should not use TFSAs for saving, they should use it for tax-free investing. Scenario: the power of tax-free compounding. Let's run a simple growth comparison using real numbers. Meet Sarah and Daniel. Both are 30 years old. Both contribute $500 monthly to their TFSA until age 65. But they invest differently. Scenario A, Sarah with cash TFSA, 2% annual return, HISA style, 35 years contribution. Result, around $287,000 at age 65. Not bad, but now watch Daniel. Scenario B, Daniel with equity TFSA, 8% annual return, stock market average over long horizon, 35 years contribution. Result, around $1,040,000 at age 65. Same monthly contribution, same TFSA, same country, same timeline. But Daniel ends up with over $1 million more, tax-free. That's what turns a TFSA into a retirement powerhouse. The TFSA retirement loophole. There's a specific reason the TFSA is better for retirement than people realize. TFSA withdrawals don't reduce GIS, OAS, or CPP. RRSP withdrawals are taxed as income. Income reduces retirement benefits. That's called means testing. So if you retire with a $600,000 RRSP and a $600,000 TFSA, the RRSP money triggers taxes and clawbacks. The TFSA money doesn't. That's why the TFSA is a retirement powerhouse, not because it grows tax-free, but because it pays tax-free in retirement. Tax-free withdrawals equals tax-free lifestyle. This is the dream scenario for mid-income Canadians. What to hold inside TFSA? Strategic. People often ask, what should I put inside my TFSA? The answer depends on goals and time horizon. If your timeline is less than 3 years, high-interest savings, cashable GICs, short-term bonds. Goal, capital preservation. If your timeline is 3 to 7 years, bonds, balanced ETFs, conservative allocation ETFs. Goal, stability plus modest growth. If your timeline is 10 plus years, broad market ETFs, dividend ETFs, Canadian equities, US equities, global equities. Goal, growth plus compounding. One important U.S. stock note. U.S. dividends are hit with a 15% withholding tax in a TFSA. That means U.S. growth stocks, great in TFSA. U.S. dividend stocks, suboptimal in TFSA. RRSP is better. This is a tiny detail, but tiny details compound into big outcomes. How to contribute like the wealthy do. Wealthy Canadians don't contribute randomly. They use 3 strategies. Strategy 1. Automation is wealth. Automatic contributions remove willpower and emotion. Example, $200 bi-weekly, $400 monthly, on payday. Consistency beats timing every time. Strategy 2. TFSA max up. Every new year, contribution room increases. Wealthy households contribute early to maximize time in the market. Time beats timing. Strategy 3. Dividend reinvestment. Dividends inside the TFSA get reinvested automatically, tax-free. No tax drag, no paperwork, pure compounding. This is how a $200,000 TFSA becomes a $600,000 TFSA. TFSA mistakes that kill retirement gains. If you want your TFSA to be a retirement powerhouse, avoid these landmines. Using TFSA only for cash, withdrawing and recontributing in the same year, over-contribution penalties. Holding U.S. dividend stocks, withholding tax drag. Not investing consistently, letting cash sit idle. Thinking TFSA is for emergencies only, not tracking contribution room. Most Canadians don't lose money by making bad trades, they lose money by not participating in compounding. The simple formula for TFSA retirement success. If you want a TFSA to support retirement, here's the formula. Contribute consistently, plus invest for growth, plus avoid taxes, plus let time work. You don't need stock-picking skills, crypto moonshots, leverage, or timing the market. You just need discipline, a long horizon, and a basic ETF strategy. If you do that, the TFSA transforms from a savings account into a retirement income machine. Most Canadians don't retire because they work harder than their money does. The TFSA exists to flip that. It lets your money work quietly, tax-free for decades, so that one day you don't have to. Thanks for watching.